G'day mate, welcome back to Factorio with me, JD, and we're here to do the one last job. The one last job, the one I've been putting off forever. We went and got all the oil perfected, we got all the oil sorted, one of the worst parts of Factorio, and then Woob went and changed the ratios. So now we're outputting way too much heavy oil. I'm lucky enough that the system actually hasn't backed up on heavy oil because it's not running. It's just had extra time to crack all the heavy oil into light oil. But if we use good old max rate calculator and run over the whole build, we can see we're making 1.8k heavy oil per second. If I run over my heavy cracking, I'm only cracking 700 of that. And of course, because this is making rocket control units, rocket fuel and low density structures, I'm not actually using heavy oil at all. So, yeah, we've got to update the build. I actually have... If we bring up the new screen. So, I've run the numbers. I've run the numbers in the Kirk McDonald calculator. And we need 31.2 refineries. So, if we go back over here, we can do an autosave. I'm actually running 34 refineries. So, I can cut off 2 refineries. I need to go above 31.2. So 32 is the obvious number. So I can cut off that refinery and that refinery, which is actually really, really good because I had 9 on that line, 8 on that line, 9 on that line, and 8 on that line. So now it actually evens out our refineries. We've got 8 on each line. It also means I'm only putting 1.3k crude oil through the crude oil pipe, which is actually much more likely to actually keep up. The extra refinery was really pushing the friendship. Now we need 13.3 heavy to light cracking. So that's going to be our next job. Try and get an extra, well, we've got 6 so far. So try and improve our numbers. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm not going to fit 14. Okay, hang on. I need 13.3, so I do need 14. Okay, undo those guys. Undo that. Now I pushed the beacons in here by 1 tile, and technically I can get away with that once more. Technically. There. So, that should have saved me 1 tile. 6, 12, 13, 14. That's an important power pole. Okay, you're going to be 1 beacon short, but that's probably okay. Possibly 2 beacons short. It's probably still okay. Actually, I need to, before we go too much further, I need to grab that train and send you to Rocket Maker. Passenger present. Come here. Because I'm going to need you to unload some stuff. Like all the stuff we need to make this. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to deconstruct some stuff. Because I know it's going to be in our way later. And we can just start the bots working on removing boxes and boxes of low density structures. Okay, so we need a water hookup for these guys. I love playing with explosives. Let's get rid of that, and that, and that, and that, and that. what can I say? The sound effect for the blasting caps. I know it's the same sound effect as cliff explosives. But it just sounds so good. Okay. We're then going to want a bunch of these guys. Really? Actually had enough of them. And then landfill. Okay. Where's that train? That train is blocked by my personal train. Come here, personal train. That's the trash train, which is going to now have a whole bunch of low-density structures it's going to have to deal with. We want... and I want to unload... No, build. I want you to do beacons. You to do speed modules. Just cap them in 1 stack each. You, I'm going to want to do prod mods, and you can do chem plants. Yep. Okay, now we've done the explosive part, we can put some of these pipes back. And hook up our light oil out. Add that for robot coverage. Not that I don't need robot coverage, I don't think. Okay, so that should give us... The cat just fell off the chair beside me. Okay, so if we run max rate calculator over our refineries again, we're making 1.77, and we should be able to crack at least that amount. So we have slightly more cracking of heavy than we actually make, which is perfect. Now if we go back to our calculator, we now need, because we're making a lot more light oil now, we now need to crack more light oil into petroleum. Wrong game entirely. Actually, what we'll do is we'll run max rate calculator over the rocket fuel. So we're using about 4K light oil total for rocket fuel. We're making 3.2 in the refineries. So that means 800 of it's going to come from our heavy cracking, which is, yep, leaves about 1,000 light oil left over, which we need to then crack into petroleum. And if we go back to max rate calculator, we need 13.3, no, we need 11.4, so we need 12 of them total. We have 9. So we need 3 more tacked on the end. As this is why I started deconstructing this, because I knew it was going to get in our way. Okay, the problem is I need to deconstruct more of it. So we're going to cut from there back to there. And then I can probably remove that bottom rail. Why do I have so many beacons? Why? Cat, can you not rub up against the microphone? Sheesh. Okay, let's just put a chest here. Dump that crap in it. What else do I want? No, I'm probably going to want the belt. Don't want those. Don't want stone. I'm going to want chem plants. Can live with a few signals short. Probably a few train track. Actually, I just noticed that you're only on one side of the belt. So let's fix that as well. There's always one bit of belt backward. Alright, let's go empty some more of these boxes. Honestly, if I just fill boxes down here. As long as it's out of my way so I can do the construction, I can then just deconstruct it and let the bots deal with it. The base bots deal with it after the fact. Okay. So what do we need? We needed 12 of these guys. And we've got 9. So copy those 4, paste them over the top. Remove that, remove that, remove that. Again, whip out the explosives. Offshore pumps, 1, 2, 3. That was a fail. Okay, so I have 12 of them, which is going to do 1.1 light oil into petroleum. And if we just go double check this again, it says I need 11.4. A little bit over the, yeah, a little bit more probably won't hurt. Probably, he says, full of confidence. And then we can use our paste to just pop that station back. You're still on one side of the belt. Is that not fixed? No, it still ghosted down. Okay, so I'm going to have the bots deconstruct that. I'm going to run away and hopefully that crap doesn't end up in my inventory. I'll do the same with that chest. I'm going to go fix this one belt before it's forgotten for good. Yay! And now I have low density structures on both sides of both belts, which is good because that'll load up the train extra fast. And of course I will pass that chest. Okay. Those two, those two, those ones, those ones, those ones, those ones. There and there. And then of course we need power. I'll take it. Okay. So with that done, it's just a matter of, no, about there to there. Remove, rebuild those train tracks. Rebuild those train tracks. Remove the forest because I gotta say it is definitely part of my playstyle. If there's trees in the way of my builds, generally the whole forest just gets ripped up. Come on, robots. You and you. And I want to make sure these are actually put in. Done. That's done. That's done. Excess crap can go back and have the base deal with it. Oh, landfill. I knew there was something else. 1, 2. Is that it? They're all hooked up. Okay. Let's do some pipe cleaning up whilst we're here. Actually, hang on. How much heavy are we running now? 1.7. And all this heavy's coming. The top 2 sets of refineries, the heavy's coming in there. The bottom 2 set, it's coming here, and then we're zigzagging it up. Let's not do that, actually. Can I bring out my heavy oil on this side? Okay, hang on. We're going to need more supplies. Train of all important things. Nope. I want that. I want that. Beacons can go away. Okay. That's a mess. Let's put a pump in. Then let's put in a pipe. I really want to line up with that pipe. So if I pump in the heavy from both ends, and because they're behind pumps, it'd be this heavy from here goes in that way. Yeah, there we go. This heavy from there goes in this side. This heavy goes in this side. And we should have a continuous... We should have, like... You don't want to make a loop of liquid so the liquid can keep passing around the circle. You really want to try and make sure at all times you have a positive pressure to stop liquid like slushing back and forth in the pipes, which is what we're trying to do. Except you're now going to line up with that, which doesn't work for me. Let's move you down a tile. Let's put a pump in there. There's a drop of heavy oil in here already. Do you actually line up? Of course not. Can I get you to move over by a tile? Yes. So I'm going to move you over by a tile. Move you back by a tile. Put that in there. Move you two over by a tile. Around the pipes. There we go. Move all of that over by a tile. That should line up now. Of course it's 3 tiles. Of course it's 3 tiles. Can I squeeze... Actually, you can move up 1 tile. And I can put another pump in. Excellent. So, with that, we're now forcing the heavy from the bottom set out this way, which means I no longer need this connection on this side. So, these refineries, heavy goes that way. Those refineries, heavy goes that way. You're backed up on petroleum. You're backed up on light oil. Your light comes in here, goes into there. That's right. Only the top refinery has the ability to actually crack light oil. So we have an extra 1,000 light oil that we're not cracking. And you make 800. You make 800 light oil. Oh, plus you make... Yeah, a lot. So, back to as I was saying, we have rocket fuel. Rocket fuel by itself is using 4,000 light oil. These... Actually, let's do the whole lot. All the refineries make 3,200. So the rest of the light oil comes from heavy cracking, which is 1,700. So we've got about 5,000 light oil. Light oil is a little bit unique in... Hang on, just get rid of some extra pipes. Okay, light oil is unique in the light oil comes into here. This light oil comes into here. This light oil comes into here. The only way these cracking pipes get access to light oil is from the top refinery and from the heavy to light cracking. So if I get a backup of light oil down here in this set of refineries, this set of refineries, or this set of refineries, that light oil will actually never get cracked and never get dealt with. It'll just back up the refineries. Because we've got pumps and all sorts of things set up, and if I can find the episode, and if I don't find the episode, by all means, look in the playlist. I spent a whole, 1 or 2 episodes just on the way this refinery works. But long story short, because I've got all the pumps in here, basically we're taking the petroleum out of these bottom refineries first. Obviously, not this first one terribly well. No, it's side-loaded. So we're taking the petroleum out of here and here first. Here third, here fourth. And this is why this one's backed up. These two are backed up in light oil. That one's backed up a little bit. You guys are just cracking everything. You guys are also going to be cracking everything. And we're going to fill all the petroleum tanks first. And then the light oil is going to go out separately to just make rocket fuel. And then what I'm actually going to do... is I'm going to do a sacrilegious thing. I'm going to remove those and then put them back. And you know what? We're also going to remove those two and also put them back. Which should kick all the refineries into high gear. Hang on. Pumps are running, pumps are running, pumps are running. Crap, they're full again already. That didn't take long. There we go. We've got some room in the tanks. So, this set's fired up, this set's fired up, this set's fired up. We can see our heavy oil is pumping that way. That's a cat trying to get back in the house. Light oil's pumping in there. Do I have a window going south? I don't have a window going south. Let's have a window. Light oil's not really moving from the top refinery, but a lot of it's getting cracked. This is why I love these windows. They can be really helpful to actually decide which way fluids are going. In saying that, if they change the fluid system over to electrical network style, I'd still be really, really happy because I wouldn't have to worry about half this crap. And then the windows would be there purely as decoration, which I would accept quite happily. And whatever the bottom refineries were doing, they're already backed up in light on. Yep, I didn't use nearly enough light on. I'm not going to pull up those pumps just yet, just in case. Just in case I need to add a refinery in or something. Yeah, you're backed up petroleum. You're backed up in light. You're backed up in light. You're backed up in light. But in theory, that's our oil problem fixed. I'd say definitely as we're pumping out plastic. Where's that plastic going? It's just trying to back up the belts, is it? Yeah, okay. So, everything's going flat out. This build's done. That build's done. Next episode will be a recap episode. We're going to go over everything, all the different aspects of the base. And then episode 80. I'm pretty sure episode 80. Episode 80. Episode 80 seems like a good time for us to start more mass launching rockets. We've already got 1,300 in, but I've spent so many hours off camera just outposting. And even then, like I've got 16 copper outposts, I think. The cat's decided it's done with the table and wants to go investigate something else. Yeah, I think I got 16 copper outposts and 20 iron outposts. And I do not know if it's going to be enough to run these guys full steam. And I'm still laying down solar. A lot of solar, actually. Yeah. There's about 50,000 solar panels to go. Anyway, that's where I'm going to call this episode. As always, if you like the video, click the like button. If you want to share it with your friends, especially with a recap episode coming up next, by all means do. I would appreciate it. YouTube algorithm would also appreciate it if you did so. And if you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next video where we recap where we've gotten to get ourselves here. Anyway, that's it. I'm out. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.